He grew up with my kids, with my son, my daughters. He's an awesome person, and his parents are awesome too. They're a very loving family, and it's a tragedy what happened to them.
Tonight, emotions are high in southern New Mexico, where an investigation into a police officer's death is intensifying.
New tonight, breaking details coming to us this evening from Alamogordo. That's where our New Mexico Mobile Newsroom crew spent the entire day. They continue our coverage of yet another officer shot and killed here on the borderland. Hello, everyone. I'm Rick Cabrera.
And I'm Josie Ortegon in tonight for Estela Casas. The news broke this morning around 9 o'clock. ABC7 heard of a police shooting in the town about an hour's drive northeast of El Paso. And since then, we've learned 2 people are now dead. First, we've been gathering a lot of new details about the officer killed by a suspect he was reportedly chasing. 33-year-old Officer Clint Corvinus was on the Alamogordo Police Force for 4.5 years. The police department says he died at the hospital. Police say he was shot on the 600 block of South Florida when Officer Corvinus and another began chasing 38-year-old Joseph Moreno. Police say Moreno was also shot during the chase. He was pronounced dead on the scene. We're told Moreno had 3 active warrants. Those charges include felon in possession of a deadly weapon, aggravated burglary, and escape from custody, among other violations. When we heard about this shooting this morning, we immediately sent ABC7's Darren Hunt to Alamogordo to gather reaction. Darren joins us live from our New Mexico Mobile Newsroom. He's at the scene of the shooting with the latest on a community now mourning the death of an officer. Darren.
Rick and Josie, it's been a really tough day here in Alamogordo for everyone involved in this. And just over my right shoulder here, you can see the body of the suspect still laying here in this field. This is still a very active crime scene at this point. We've heard so much lately about the shooting of officers elsewhere, but the shooting of Officer Corvinus has brought an outpouring of emotion in this town of about 30,000. How many shots were fired?
I heard 2, is what I heard.
Jonathan Baker, who works for a heating and cooling company, saw police shoot and kill the suspect.
And they were all jumping out of their vehicle, and it looks like they had just shot the, I guess, the suspect. And they went up to him to try, I guess, to see if he was still awake or alive.
Shortly afterward, he said the sister of the suspect arrived at the scene.
The sister was hysterical, screaming that that was her brother. It was quite an experience.
At police headquarters, a memorial of flowers for Officer Corvinus quickly formed. Dolores Troncoso knew Corvinus.
He's always happy. He has a daughter. You know, I just saw him yesterday. I think we're all in shock because he's a young man. You know, he's lovable. I don't know what else to tell you, but my memories of him, they're beautiful.
We also spotted the wife of a police officer in neighboring Tularosa. Trish O'Connor wept as she left flowers at police headquarters.
This hits way, way too close to home. This could be my husband, her daddy. It's just a senseless act. My husband was chasing the suspect just this past week. This could have been him. It's just way too much. It needs to stop.
We have to wake up every morning with my dad putting on that vest and going to work. My school was on lockdown, and the first thing I thought of was my dad okay? Is he going to come home tonight?
Obviously a very emotional day for everyone. Several agencies remain here at the scene, including Border Patrol, State Police, the Alamogordo Police as well. Now, a short time ago, we spoke with a woman out here whose home is near where Officer Corvinus was shot. She was still shaking, and she told me she watched as other officers gave Officer Corvinus CPR after he was shot. She told me it's going to take a long time for her to forget what happened. Rick and Josie.
Darren, a very tragic loss for the community of Alamogordo. Darren, thank you for that report. And tonight, the governor of New Mexico is yet again sharing her emotions with the borderland. Governor Susana Martinez sent ABC7 this statement saying, "I am again so very saddened to see that yet another courageous law enforcement officer has been killed in the line of duty." The governor also says, "I ask all New Mexicans to keep this brave officer's family and friends in their thoughts and prayers. And she adds, the violence against our police officers has to end, and we must do everything we can to stand up for those who put their lives on the line every single day to protect us. Now, just 3 weeks ago, Governor Martinez was sharing a similar message about a young police officer from Hatch. The town is about an hour-and-a-half drive west of Alamogordo, but tonight residents in both towns are standing side by side in thoughts and prayers. 33-year-old Officer Jose Chavez was killed on August 12th during a routine traffic stop in Hatch. A week later, friends, family, and officers from all over crowded into the Pan Am Center on the New Mexico State University campus. Chavez's body was taken in a motorcade to Las Cruces, where the crowd of thousands was waiting. Jesse Haynes is the man accused of shooting Officer Chavez. The Ohio man faces state and federal charges and could spend the rest of his life behind bars.
Just days after Officer Chavez's death, the U.S. honor flag passed through El Paso on its way to Hatch. The flag flew over Ground Zero after 9/11. Since then, it's traveled more than 7 million miles in the name of fallen firefighters and police officers who died while on duty. Remember, the Honor Network helped coordinate the entire funeral services for the Chavez family at no cost. The organization says the same will be offered to Officer Corvinus' family. Tonight, ABC7 confirmed the honor flag is coming back to our area in honor of Officer Corvinus. The custom transport vehicle known as Honor 1 is expected to leave Fort Worth and head this way sometime this weekend.